Hi, and welcome back, paper crafting friends. Today I'm going to go through some of my progress on the December daily project and the different directions that I've taken. I'm still doing two projects. I'm doing my dash, and then I have a second project, which changed a little bit from my last video, but I'll walk through that in a minute. First, let's take a look at dash. I've been working on this, maybe a week and a half or so. And some of these I've gone through the calendar. I had done my opening page right before December 1st. So I am doing photos from 2023. I'm not going to try to live the Christmas or December season of 2024 and scrapbook it at the same time in my dash. I want to go back to last year and maybe the year before that and do some of those stories that I missed. So that's this one. So these are the new pages that I've been creating. So when I went through my camera roll, I had these simple pictures. I probably would have overlooked this little story, but this was a really fun night out with friends. And I didn't take out my camera and take 100 pictures. I think I had two from this amazing gingerbread martini that I had with a good friend of mine, a good couple friends of my husband and I. And so I documented the night. This was an old picture of the square that's closest to the restaurant that we went to, a picture of my husband and I when we went to see the tree right before dinner, and then two little really happy Christmas memories. Has nothing to do with the kids or anything super special, but just like daily life and how much I loved that martini. That was so good. Design wise, super simple. So this is from the Ali Edwards kit from this year. I think I used this one was an actual flag from a die cut pad, and I used it as a template to cut this pattern paper to get the same exact shape. And so these two play off of each other. Here, there is a really thin, small strip for journaling. I decided not to do my journaling there and move it to one of the blocks, and instead use this huge Fa La La chipboard from the Ali Edwards December Daily Kit from this year. And I love that bold impact of gold. Then that plays off of this smaller, kind of almost script handwriting that I used here. I love this little December, the happiest and most magical season of all kind of poem. I think that reminded me very much of this memory. And that's why I put that in there. Again, using the mini cinch to add inserts into the dash notebook. This is something that I've had forever. I think this is Bo Bunny Press from maybe 10 or 15 years ago. And it's fabric. And I just like the colors of it. And I'm glad that I got to use it up. This is from Ali Edwards, again from this year. The repetition of this same beautiful handwriting on both sides. The next page, again, really simple memories from my camera roll. This was at the mall. You see a little bit of Santa there. I was watching the little kids meet Santa. I love doing that. It's so cute to watch it from afar. And I saw this big sign with the wish, and I made a wish, and that's kind of my journaling is about what I wished for that year. This was our last trip to the mall, a very small mall, so it's usually very calm, and we go really late at night to pick up one last gift card that I had forgotten on my list. And so that's kind of what the story is about. Design wise, I wanted to keep it soft, even though the picture is a little bit not soft, really, right? Lots of red, even though a lot of the shadowing in this red came out almost like a pink, which is why I went with some pink and red accents. I wanted to keep it soft because my story is kind of soft about wishes. And I just wanted a little bit different. I had done like the really traditional red and green here, and I wanted to use something that was a little bit different. All of these things come from just things that I've had a long time. This is Paper Person Shop. Some of the story includes that I had gotten a Starbucks coffee. Had my coffee in hand when I was watching that. And this, I think this is Pink Fresh from last year. Anything that I find, I will link down below, but know that this is definitely just things that I've had in my stash for a long time. This, I just decided to decorate. I didn't have any other big picture from this moment. I think I only had this one. I may have had one of Santa, but it had people's kids in it, and I didn't really want to use that in my book. I could have went and looked for a picture of Nico with Santa. That would have been a good idea. I didn't think of it at the time. Now that I'm looking at it, I wish I had done that. No pun intended. So on this side, I just did the pattern paper, again, keeping with the softness of the pinks and the green. Added a little punch of red to bring that red and pink over, and created this little cluster with a W for wishes. I might add some journaling in there later on this little bag here. All right, the next one is definitely an event. So this was us buying our Christmas tree last year, which was like a big, it's becoming a big deal to try to find a decent real tree that isn't outrageously expensive. Unfortunately, the farm that um, we go to is up to, I think it was $275 for these trees. So we passed on that. And I think we ended up buying the tree at Home Depot. So that's the story. What we used to pay when Nico was little compared to today. So a little bit about that. And a lot of my memories about bundling him up. And, now it's so warm out in December that, I mean, I have a vest on, but I probably really don't need it. And Nico is not bundled up head to toe anymore. This was a snowman decoration that I bought. And I'm sad because it flew away. I had it on a tree outside and it flew away last year. So I'm glad that I have this little picture to remind me, though. I couldn't find it this year again. So this one is definitely lots of photos, lots of story. Looks much more like a traditional scrapbook page, which I love. Everything on this page is from Simple Stories, Ski Pine Lodge. And I love the colors in this collection. I love this. I love this teal how it plays off the red and the pink. It has kind of a little bit of a retro look, which I like too. And the only piece I think is not, this is old. I have no idea where that's from, but I stuck it in there. I had this odd spot. There are two circles here. Again, I don't always adhere to the spaces in the Dash notebook. They're there to give me a framework, but not to box me in creatively. So I just kind of went out of the box and did the die cut cluster, even though there are two little circles there, directing me to put two circular pictures or two circular die cuts. No, it doesn't work for me. I'm not going to do it this time. I did place a red circle. I did this. This is just pattern paper. I did that with a paper punch because without it, if you take this red away, you'll see immediately that it's just a little blah. I wish I could get my fingers out the way, but it's a little bit blah. And then adding that red just popped. We have red, red, and red. And so super simple, very clean, classic look. And I love doing pages like this. And then this is my last page. So this one is about a tree lighting that we went to. And I love that tradition. It's become a tradition over the years. And then I walk through the shops in the little quaint square and different pictures. Most of the story surrounds Playmobil and my memories of buying these for Nico and how I still have a bunch of Playmobil sets set aside for him, his favorite. So design-wise, I definitely used the boxes this time around. So there are two boxes here. One is 3x4. It's perfect for 3x4 cards. And then a photo that's a little bit smaller. So I printed this out 3x4 and I just cropped it and got rid of some things that weren't really important there. In the center, I put a little bit more story, and this sticker is from Paper Source. If you have one of those in your town, they have very cute little things, kind of expensive, but sometimes they're worth it. And these ornaments, they have a little metal hook on them. I love them. And so I used that just because I had an odd space. I started here and then I was like, I don't have enough story and it's going to be too much black, this black and gold without the red in the center. And that's why I decided to put that ornament there. Then there's 4 blocks here, 2 for photos and then 2 for fun. And I like that. Sometimes I do 4 photos in one spot, but I like to break it up. And if I just don't have that many pictures from one event, then this is perfect. Even though 4 pictures, well, 5 pictures really, from this one thing, I think that's enough for me to tell a story. And I love this, doing an enlarged photo, using again the mini cinch to insert it into the notebook. I think just like it just really plays off of each other really well. Up here I've been using these a ton. These are from Ali Edwards. She did a collection of these in the December Daily Kit. They say all different types of things. I think, yeah, the twinkle. Oh no, the fa la la comes from that. I've used the twinkle in another project. And then the Christmas here. I'm trying to use them up. I really love them. I love the little pop of gold in them. And you know, there's such darkness in this picture that I think it makes the photo even better. So the gold with a little bit of journaling, I did that in Photoshop, and the little sticker right on top. If you don't have Photoshop, I would have just done it on white cardstock. Right here, maybe added a little bit of stitching, would have been fine. And I think that's it. So that's where I'm up to. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories so far. So that's pretty good for the first week of December. My goal is to do at least 12 in here. Maybe I'll do a little more. I'm watching Hallmark movies and doing these at the same time because this is my easy project. The one that I can just sit at my desk with a basket full of stuff and just plug in lots of things that I've had on hand forever, mix it with new things from this year, and just it's not a lot of thought. There's not a lot of thought in these. It's just, you know, if I sit down with a kit that has these colors in it and I have it in a little basket next to me, it makes it really easy to put these together. So I think I'm doing like at least 2, sometimes 3 in one sitting, depending on the movie. I think I did this and this watching one Hallmark movie. So that's pretty good for the journaling. Sometimes I have to stop the movies for the journaling, but other than that, this has been great. I love this. This is my go-to. I just feel like making something project. And this one, this one is the complete opposite. So this is the other side of my brain, the super artsy, I want to make something with paper and layers and ribbon and beads. Look, beads. I love this. This was so much fun to create. But this took hours and hours and hours. And I love it. But sometimes I get burnt out on projects like this. And that's why I might spend a few hours or days sometimes on this project. This probably took me a couple of days. And then I immediately go to my notebook. Like, I have such a sense of relief. I just want to create something really quick. I don't want to put a lot of thought or work into it. And so I'm jumping back and forth. This idea came from watching a bunch of junk journalers. What an amazing art. I'm loving it. Am I going to become an junk journaler? No, because I don't think I do paint well. I'm going to link up a couple of people that I've been watching. You could definitely see the influence when I created this book, especially the tassel. There's a junk journal named Johanna, I believe, and this is her thing. And I think she has like a mini class on it. I took the mini class, loved it, loved it, loved it. So all the credit goes to her for this. This is definitely all her idea, and it's beautiful. What else can I say about this project? So I created the entire book from chipboard. I did all of this string binding, and it looks like it's going to have a lot of signatures, what they call signatures, which really are like almost mini traveler's notebooks, but they're not. But it's faux because I'm only going to have 2. So I created 2 signatures, and the ribbon I had in my stash, and that's it. I will show this in a separate video because I think the audience for this and the audience for this are very different, even though these are the 2 sides of my brain. I appreciate that it's not for everyone. So I'm going to try to keep the videos separate. So next week, I will show you what I'm doing. I'm doing 12 stories in here. So this is what I've been up to. I have been busy, crazy busy creating and traveling and doing all the Christmas things. I hope that you are enjoying this December daily season. Thank you so much always for watching and keeping up with me. I really appreciate all your kind comments and kind words. All right, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next week with a walkthrough of my December daily album.